Today was definitely quite a memorable one thanks to a few hours we've spent in BGC for a much awaited roundtable and hands-on of perhaps one of the most iconic devices to break ground this year, the Huawei Mate X. Introduced at MWC 2019, the Mate X is the brand's first foldable smartphone or tablet with 5G capabilities and is a combination of numerous innovations, from the patented hinge to a modem that's built on a 7nm processor, allowing for ultra-fast connection speeds and supercharged technology which is faster than ever. In phone mode, the Mate X looks like any other smartphone. You get a huge 6.6-inch notchless OLED display with bezels that aren't the thinnest out there, but also aren't anything that ruins the viewing experience. Speaking of which, the display shows punchy colors, sharp text, and good detail. Laying flat on the ground, the device only measures 11mm, which is just about as thin as today's phones and is thinner than its competition. The volume rocker and power button, which also serves as the fingerprint sensor, are placed conveniently at the right side. Even with such a big screen, one-handed operation wasn't cumbersome at all. And despite the number of moving parts and the fact that it has 3 screens, yes, you heard it right, the Mate X did feel sturdier than I expected. At the back of the device is a 6.38-inch display, which can also be used as a mirror screen when taking a photo of someone, so that subject can already see how he or she will look in the photo before you even take it. There's also a Leica triple camera setup composed of a main, ultra-wide angle, and telephoto lens. Before you can unfold the phone, you'll have to press a dedicated button on just below the camera module. And while the entire period of switching to tablet mode can be quite scary at first, do it again and again and you'll eventually be switching back from one mode to another without any hesitation. The Falcon hinge, which they actually call it, consists of 100 components working together to achieve a seamless folding mechanism that does a good job of ensuring a flat 8-inch display in tablet mode. There was a very small bump in the middle of the screen that can only be seen in certain angles, but the company did say that they're working to fix it. They also didn't say how many cycles the hinge is rated at, but it should last for a reasonable amount of time. In tablet mode, split view multitasking can be enabled by a 3-finger swipe, so you can basically watch a YouTube video, for example, and check out another website on the other side, which you can see on this video. The Kirin 980 shined here with its performance, and there were no hints of lag or stutter. The UI itself was also quite responsive, at 8GB of RAM, and multitasking should be a breeze. So what about games? Well, if Mobile Legends is your thing, it certainly looks more impressive here, with a wider field of view. Surprisingly, the size of the device was just right for using game controls buttons. Of course, the game isn't optimized for display's aspect ratio yet, so some elements of the UI seem to be a bit too small or somehow out of place. Surely you'd ask, what happens when you switch mode when, say, in the middle of playing a game? Well, the good news is that it won't close, but will continue to run and will then be adjusted to fit in the display you're playing on, be it on the front or at the back. There's a bit of stutter when switching, of course, but that's perhaps more of a software thing. Connectivity-wise, the Mate X is equipped with the Balong 5000 modem, which basically guarantees blazing fast 5G speeds. Of course, that's when it becomes available here in our country. At the very least, you're future-proofed, right? Then lastly, the device is capable of 55-watt supercharge, which can charge its 4500 mAh battery to 85% in 30 minutes. Of course, we weren't able to test that due to the limited time we had with it, but we believe their claim for now. Huawei has also made a new type of charger that can cater to both smartphones and laptops, saving you the hassle of carrying separate chargers for your gear. So what about our verdict? Well, it seems that Huawei has done their homework. The device perhaps is one of the prettiest we've seen. The folding design is well implemented and the device feels sturdy despite its moving parts. The display is also one of the richest, most vivid that we've come across. Gaming in tablet mode is indeed more fun and immersive, and content consumption, whether it's reading an article, watching a YouTube video, or even checking a website, offers a whole new level of user experience. I can only imagine what app developers will be able to do once they fully take advantage of its multiple screens. Best of all, you're 5G ready. Now, you'd imagine that all of these comes at a hefty price tag, and mostly, you're quite right. The Mate X costs €2,299, or in our local currency, it's just a shy of 135,000. I know that's a lot of money for a phone, but this isn't just any other phone. The Mate X is the beginning of a new generation of smart devices to come, and in that regard, we won't hesitate to buy it, given that we have the means to. They didn't say if the device will even hit our local stores, but we sure hope it does. Actually, it makes us even more excited for what's down the road a couple of years from now. Will the foldable design make it to the mid-range, or even the budget segments? That we'll have to see. Again, this has been GN of Gadget Pilipinas. Thank you guys for watching, and see you soon.